Real life street star.
Let's go.
Yeah. We in here with a pioneer of sorts in the Atlanta area, man. Rico Richie, what's going on, brother?
Man, what's happening with y'all, man? Appreciate y'all having me on.
Man, it's crazy. You done been through some trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
With this shit.
Hey, for the least bit.
For the least?
I'm talking about for the least bit. Yeah, definitely some trials and tribulations, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's what life is about. You know what I'm saying? Going through some, you know what I'm saying? Facing adversity and make it through to the other side, man.
Amen.
You know.
But before we get into all that, man, for the people who don't know, run down some of your history for real quick. Where you from?
I'm from Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Rico Richie. I made, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. You know what I'm saying? It was worldwide. A lot of people didn't connect me to the record, you know what I'm saying? Because it was so big, you know, Chris Brown jumped on the record, Meek Mill jumped on the record, French Montana jumped on the record when it was moving around, and there was never a connection with me because in the middle of it, you know what I'm saying, I got locked up before everything got put out, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, it kind of took me from being able to be connected to it, you know what I'm saying, to the song or whatever.
And we're gonna get into all that because, you know, the YSL trial, there's a lot of things that you're involved in that we're gonna touch on. But what I wanna touch on before that is Atlanta in general, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people always say, I gotta move to Atlanta, man. Atlanta is where it's at. Can you tell us from somebody inside that actually was in the scene, how did it get that way?
So I think that Atlanta turned into that place once Free Band Gang started moving around. You know what I'm saying? Like BMF and Jeezy started it, right? You know what I'm saying? BMF, Jeezy. Of course, T.I. was already there. He had made trap music. That was early 2000s or whatever. We just talking about like trap culture or whatever. Right. And so, cause Atlanta's we've always been music, organized noise, you know what I'm saying? JD, you know what I'm saying? Outkast, Goody Mob, all of that. So Atlanta's always had, you know, a foothold in the music scene. But as far as everybody feeling like, okay, yeah, Motown to the South, like it changing to that came around the time where I feel like it was right after the Jeezy, after the Jeezy BML situation, you know what I'm saying, happened, and Big Meech got locked up. This is about 2006, 2007, and Future and you know Free Band Gang, they dropped I think what he had dropped music before. He had Racks on Racks on Racks.
For sure.
And then that was actually YC song. YC. And then but you know, everybody, you know, everybody like, okay, Future. But then he dropped Dirty Sprite. And so when Dirty Sprite dropped, the movement and the motion that came with Dirty Sprite and you know, how he connected, it was already Magic City strip club culture, you know what I'm saying, in Atlanta or whatever, because Meech and Jeezy and all them established it. But then, you know, once Free Band Gang came around and, you know what I'm saying, it just kind of brought everything to, you know, and glued everything together. And then the DJs started being more relevant during this time period. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really feel like. That's what was the linchpin was that Future made the DJs in Atlanta more relevant. You know what I'm saying? So everybody felt like they needed to come to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, to be able to be seen or be heard.
Now, Atlanta had a lot of culture shifts as far as, you know, y'all, that was the trap, then it was a rock star, then it was Future. When Future hit the scene, what was the most notable change that you seen with how niggas was moving or making music?
So I was right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So one of my best partners, you know what I'm saying, former best partners that we grew up with was best friends with Future. So we were always all together. So that movement from the streets was a pure movement. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was like one of the first times where, you know, this person, everybody was certified, everybody was verified. So you had that. And then Future was such a star, right? Because when Future came out, you know, that was like what y'all was saying, like that was kind of like you know, black boy, white boy, you know what I'm saying? They had a little black boy, white boy swag, and you know what I'm saying, all of that. Boy, Future, you know what I'm saying, I put spikes on all my chucks. Now, hey, you know what I'm saying? I be mismatching design. So he kind of blended all that together, you know what I'm saying? Like all, you know, the fun, you know, hip-hoppy part of it, and then he connected it, you know what I'm saying, to the streets because of everybody that was around him during that time period. You know what I'm saying? It was a street movement, but because Future was and he looked like such a big star, it connected in like the rock star movement too.
Yeah, because it's crazy because it was like, there was a noticeable, like, this trap shit over here, it's the white boy, black boy, white boy, or whatever, and then he just got right in the middle of it. Like, he was both.
Right.
And he was so cool. Everybody's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because it was like, it was either you was Gucci Man.
Right.
Right? Or you was, what was my boy name that did the black boy, white boy?
Oh, Young Dro?
No, Young LA. You know what I'm saying?
J Money.
Or J Money. You know what I'm saying? You know, White T. You know what I'm saying? They had Parlay. All them. You know, that was like fun Atlanta, because Atlanta was me growing up in Atlanta, man. Atlanta was dance culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, we like to dance, you know what I'm saying? It was like a lot of different dances and, you know what I'm saying, that type of energy that was coming out of Atlanta during that time period. And so it was either you was on one side or the other. It wasn't nobody that kind of like blended it together. And then Future came in and blended it together. And so when he came in and blended it together, everything came together like perfectly. And Nando, R.I.P. Nando, you know what I'm saying? Nando was one of the big dogs, and Esco was the DJ at Magic City during that time. And so all of the DJs during that time period, X-Rated, all of those DJs during that time period got a lot more, you know, visual, you know what I'm saying? Because at that point in time, Drama was doing the Jeezy Trap or Die, you know what I'm saying? So that was going on in Atlanta. So Drama had the Jeezy Trap or Die going, you know what I'm saying? And then DJ Scream, DJ Holiday, they had, you know what I'm saying, the tapes that they was doing with Gucci Man. But it was kind of like Future came in and kind of blended all that together and just put a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying? He just put gas on the whole situation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What I want to ask is this, right? During that time frame, right? You had like people, well, I would say Young LA came on and he had the Young LA talking about the J Money, right? And they start saying, man, J Money used to get right. They start like clowning J Money. Mm-hmm. What is J Money to the city of Atlanta?
Well, I think that's why I'm kind of like moving around and doing kind of like these conversations, because just because you an artist or a rapper, that don't mean you a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody expects, you know what I'm saying? Like when you start, like the way the music industry goes now is everybody expects once you jump in and you say that you're a rapper, you got to be verified, you got to be street. Well, some of these folks just artists. No, not some of them. 96% of all the rappers you see for real are just artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they don't know how to move like a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? And so because they don't know how to move like a street nigga, okay, he get caught slipping here, get caught slipping there. You're not doing your homework. You're not connecting the dots. You don't got the right people around you. It's going to be some unfortunate shit that's going to happen to you, because guess what? When you get notoriety and, you know what I'm saying, you having some paper, you know, people go plot on you. That's what comes in behind that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh yeah, that makes Atlanta take a hit because J Money, you know what I'm saying, gets robbed or whatever like that. J Money is just a cool kid, you know what I'm saying? He, you know, Chucks. But like I said, Future was spikes on the Chucks, you know, transition out, red bottom, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's, you know, with the spike, that now it's red bottoms, high fashion, foreign car, you know, blending in and kind of making a separation from, you know, like rock star type rap, you know what I'm saying, where you just dealing with straight up artists versus street rap, you know what I'm saying, as far as it goes, like with the Gucci's and the Jeezys and the T.I., with the, you know, high level, you know what I'm saying, real getting to the money niggas, you know what I'm saying?
So, man, I hear this debate go on a lot, and I always want to know, I was always interested. What is Atlanta? Like, they always argue like where Atlanta ends and begins. Is there a North Atlanta?
Right.
Like is Canterville Atlanta? What is it?
I mean, I'm not from the city, so I really don't get into that. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm from the South Side, so I really don't get into that. I get it, you know what I'm saying? Because originally I'm from Miami, you know what I'm saying? I was born at Jackson Memorial Hospital, you know what I'm saying? So that's real Miami. I'm from Liberty City, you know what I'm saying? That's real Miami, you know what I'm saying? Brown Sub, like that's real Miami. And so I understand where that conversation comes from, because when you think about Miami, you automatically, when you think about South Florida artists, you think about the names and could come up. Well, all of them ain't from Miami. You know what I'm saying? Some of them from Broward County. You know what I'm saying? Some of them from St. Pete, all those different places. So it's the same thing in Atlanta.
Do you think as a community, we kind of stifle ourselves by trying to say, well, they technically ain't from here. They're in the vicinity of. Do you think that helps us or hurts us?
So I'm gonna ask you a question, right? Why do people? What is the mindset behind why do people even ask, or why is it relevant exactly where you're from? Why do people even say that? Like, what is the reason why why it matters exactly where you're from?
Well, that part I feel like people want to be connected to something. So if a person like Future is from where I'm from, then I can be like Future because he was here, he faced these same conditions and he made it. So it's possible for me. I always saw that part of it, that aspect.
So like specific city has to deal with who you connected to.
Right.
So if that's the case, then, you know, if you're looking at it that way, how many rappers are from the city of Atlanta? You know what I'm saying? Like Future's from Kirkwood, he's from East Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? It's not all the same. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like it just depends on, you know, what part or whatever. And I'm sure it's just like the same way in Dallas, Fort Worth, or whatever. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Only reason why I'm asking that question is that what if you from the middle of nowhere, Mississippi? You from the middle of nowhere, Alabama? You from the middle of nowhere, South Carolina, Tennessee, Ohio? Right. That make you less of a gangster. That make you less of a real nigga. That make you less of a, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
A stand up, you know what I'm saying, individual, because you're not from a specific zip code or area code. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like, if you sit here, you talking about just this right here, because circumference is gonna make the difference of what your bloodline is. That's wild to me. That's a wild conversation to me. You know what I'm saying? Right.
I want to touch on this. I just wanted your feedback on how Atlanta took this, right? When Bankroll Fresh died, right? Mm-hmm. And then the No Plug interview came out. Mm-hmm. We had never seen anything like that, right? What was the city of Atlanta feeling at that particular time? Because you're talking about, it looks like two people that are beloved. Obviously, one lost their life to the other one. And then somebody doing an interview about it. We just never seen that. How did y'all take that?
Man, first of all, man, long live street, man, and Bankroll, my boy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Street, you know what I'm saying? It's funny because me and his brother were both cornerbacks at Georgia Tech. His older brother was my roommate, you know what I'm saying, at Georgia Tech. We both played football together at Georgia Tech. So I know Bankroll in a different way, you know what I'm saying, because of my relationship with his brother. Shout out my boy Sneaky, Marvius Hester. It was an unfortunate situation because all of them grew up together. You know what I'm saying? They was all from the same, you know what I'm saying, place. They was all from the same, you know, hood or whatever like that, you know? And when it happened, you guys got to understand, like, because even when this is going on, my studio where all of this happened, you know what I'm saying, 4110 Metropolitan Parkway, this is where it all happened, the Vault studio, you know what I'm saying?
This situation happened at that studio?
Oh yeah, Bankroll, man, you gotta understand, like my studio was where everything was going on. Street Money,
yeah, that
whole movement came out of, you know what I'm saying, my studio.
Oh, okay.
100 Gang, that movement came out of my studio. There's a lot of different stuff that's going on and spinoffs that's going on. Even before I even built the studio, my reason for building the studio, like I said, my right-hand man is best friends with Future. My other right-hand man, GOAT, he best friends with 2 Chainz. So this is how all of this stuff is just coming together. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my roommate in college, you know what I'm saying, is Bankroll Fresh older brother. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these things is just coming together just, you know, because of the space or whatever like that. So Bankroll was like the first, in my opinion, Bankroll is the first time that we can identify like, oh yeah, YN. You know what I'm saying? Ski mask, you know what I'm saying? He had the goddamn street money ski. He was the first one kind of like, you know, street money ski mask, you know what I'm saying? You know, identifying, you know, bringing that energy to the street, you know what I'm saying? And having that young, high level energy culture, and he reinvigorated the streets. Like he came in right behind Future, you know what I'm saying? And like reinvigorated the young street movement, you know what I'm saying? So that energy was so important to Atlanta at the time, and it was like it just let the air out, you know what I'm saying? Because if I could make it make sense to you, Bankroll was everybody like little brother, you know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it like that, and I think that this is why a lot of things come to a head in Atlanta. We kind of got to stop using that like little brother, big brother lingo, because like, okay, I call him my little brother because me and his big brother are like this. Mm-hmm. So that's his big brother, me and his big brother like this, so I'm his big brother too in the actual way. But like that little brother lingo, I think that fuels like envy and jealousy. It comes back to bite you on the back end, because now you, little bro, this my little bro, right? You got a new artist that's coming up, and you the big dog, right? You the OG, you the big homie or whatever, right? And you might be moving around with him, and everywhere you go, guess what you saying? Oh, this my little bro, this my little bro, this my little bro, this my little homie. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand that when you a rapper and you getting little bro, little bro, little bro, little bro, little homie everywhere you go, then all of a sudden now you the one with the motion. Now you the one that got the attention. Now you the one that got the money. You know what I'm saying? You thinking to yourself like, shit, little bro, who? You know what I'm saying? Right. And then now that's where that dissension come in at. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point in time, we just being real. No Plug is who he is. And in his interview, he's saying he is who he is. Right. And Bankroll Fresh might not be who No Plug is. Bankroll Fresh is just talented. He from the street. He might not be into all the same high level. That don't mean that he ain't got high level around him, because he got his big brothers, you know what I'm saying? He got this environment that he grew up in where he's at, and he got his movement, but he might not have done it the same way that No Plug did it. You see what I'm saying? Right. So that big bro, little bro energy flips. You see what I'm saying? And then what happens now? All right, little bro now having the motion, little bro now having the paper, little bro now having the YNs around them, you know what I'm saying? And being able to call, you know what I'm saying? Because they not following the OG no more. You know what I'm saying? No matter what happens at a certain point in time, it don't matter how big of a dog you is, how big of an OG you is. Once you walk around and you can say this, and you can have your arm around them all day, there's gonna be a certain point in time where they're gonna move your arm out the way because they become bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? And so the world don't know that. The world don't know that you became bigger because this OG right here moved you around and made sure that you had everything that you needed as far as security and financing and all that kind of stuff like that going on, and your ability to smoothly move around the streets without having to worry about a J Money situation, somebody trying you, you know what I'm saying, pinning you down, anything like that. But then when you get the motion and you get the money, no, you can't little bro me no more. As a matter of fact, I'm big bro. You know what I'm saying? And so now, if you were really a real OG and you really a street nigga, right? And you got down, oh yeah, this is little homie, and you got it inside your head and you know that these are the things that you did or whatever, and you like, oh damn. So I'm little bro now, and then people don't, that shit, it's a trigger.
Right.
So it's the mentality where You got these guys that, like I said, they might not be street. They might not know how to operate like street niggas or nothing like that are being taught on the spot. Nah, move like this. No, go this way. No, don't deal with that person. You need to deal with this person. And they got the guidance and all of that. But then when they get the motion, they like, wait a minute. I don't need all this guidance. I don't need nobody. Get off me. You know what I'm saying? Don't put your arm around. You know what I'm saying? And so then it turns into, man, all I can remember now is how many times you little bruh me. You know what I'm saying? How many times we went to the strip club and I wanted this bitch and you came over, you know what I'm saying? Cause you the big dog, you came in and you got the bitch. You know what I'm saying? That I wanted, you know what I mean? And so when that happens, the tables turn and you can't control, you know what I'm saying? You can't control what's gonna happen on the outcome because that pressure is built up now.
But this is what I wanna ask, because when we saw the video, it appeared that Bankroll Fresh was in the wrong as far as shooting at No Plug. Mm-hmm. But the world ain't gonna say that.
Right.
We pick and choose who we like, kind of like the King Von situation. He ran up on somebody and it is what it happened. When it's, like you say, a person that's beloved versus what's right and wrong, do you see people take those sides a lot?
Well, what's going on here is that the influence is the side that people is taking. The popularity is the side that people is taking. You know what I'm saying? So whoever has the biggest platform, it don't matter. That's going to be the loudest person. That's going to be the person that's going to sway the motion. Whoever has the biggest platform. You know what I'm saying? And so now because of the internet, a lot of wisdom and knowledge is being left out of the picture because only people that people are paying attention to are the people there are a lot of people that people are paying attention to that might not know the specifics or might not know the details or are telling the story from a secondhand vantage point. You know what I'm saying? And so in a situation like this, of course, oh yeah, even though you could see that what I'm talking to you about, even though you could see that this pressure spilled over and boiled over and you could see who was wrong or whatever in the situation from a certain vantage point perspective, the street's not gonna look at it like that because now the platform says, no, this person can't do no wrong. This person can't say no wrong. This person can't get out of pocket. I'm following them. I'm not following you. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to play devil's advocate real quick because I feel like what you're saying has a lot of validity. But, you know, big bro, little bro shit, you have a lot of them dudes who will attach themselves to a nigga with motion. Like, I often hear niggas call nigga big bro more than I hear niggas say little bro. Mm-hmm. Like, because they want to get up under the dude with the...
Well, just think about that.
Yeah.
Right? Big bro, little bro, right? Shouldn't it have age attached to it?
Definitely, for sure.
Right? Shouldn't it have stature attached to it?
For sure.
Right? So if what you're saying is exactly, we're saying the same thing, we just coming at it from opposite directions.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? If you are OG, if you are a person that has a certain level of a stature, you know what I'm saying, in life, and you're going and you're talking to somebody that's younger, not as experienced, and you're calling them big bruh, you deserve whatever coming to you.
Have you ever seen like somebody older than a...
Yeah, you see it. That's why you just brought it up. Because you see it happening. Because that's what it's like. Oh yeah, this is my only chance and opportunity to attach myself to the motion. So I need to come in. This is my way of showing humility. Right. This is my way of coming into the situation humble. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me come in and goddamn, I don't really even know nothing about what this young nigga got going on. I don't know how he operate. I don't know what he on, right? And I'm gonna goddamn come in and I'm gonna just big bro this nigga basically and substantiate him the way he feels and the other people that's around him. Because if you are OG and you coming to somebody like that and you saying big bro to them, then everybody else see that too. You know what I'm saying? So when you give somebody that level of power and influence, you know what I'm saying? Now you can't reverse that on the back end when a motherfucker do some crashed out ass dumbass shit that you don't agree with. Guess what now you gotta do? You know what I'm saying? You just big bruh this nigga. So guess what you gotta continue to do? Yeah, big bruh. Yeah, man, you know, I love him. That's what they say. Man, I love Big. I love the homie. You know what I'm saying? When a question gets asked where you see somebody that's completely out of character, now the only answer coming back is you know he dead wrong, but you can't say he dead wrong because you need the motion. And so what you gotta say is, man, I love the homie. And you gotta do the PR publicity thing just to keep yourself in the good graces of a nigga that's dead to the wrong. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. How do you handle niggas that try to big bro you? Like a nigga trying to just like, yeah, big bro.
I understand it. You know, so even I just did a Big Fat interview, and I had to say this because, you know, even when it come down to my partners, you know, and even with, which I just say this, with the Big Facts platform, like that was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? That was a blessing. Bank, Jade, Scream, that was a blessing. Appreciate y'all for having me on, all that. But even the things that I was saying that got cut out and edited out of their show, it's the same concept of what we talking about here. When I was talking about that, like if I have my friendship group, right, and we big dog, we real big dogs, right? We've been in the rooms with high pressure situations, and you know what I'm saying, we making decisions on potential life sentences, you know what I'm saying, putting people, you know what I mean? We got life sentences in the room, you know what I'm saying? We making decisions or whatever that can lead to goddamn penitentiary time. You know what I'm saying? We picking and choosing the motion from certain type of rooms or whatever like that. So if we in this room together and we know that once we get outside of this room and you go and you align yourself and you say to yourself, oh, I'm gonna align myself with the motion and the culture with this rap nigga, that rap nigga, and go against you, knowing we was in these same rooms, you know that I'm not built like that. And this is during the time, I know I'm skipping around, but this is during the time where I got locked up behind the YSL tour bus shooting. And, you know, I came out and I said it. I said what I said. I said, hey, I built this situation. You know what I'm saying? I built this studio. You know what I'm saying? I took my penitentiary chances, you know what I'm saying? And put all of this together and built this clubhouse and put all these people in one place, in one space at one time because of the influence and the relationships and everything that I amassed over my, you know what I'm saying, my time period living in Atlanta. And so a lot of people benefited from that situation, you know what I'm saying? And then when it was my time to get back what I invested, you know what I'm saying, which I was alluding to a little bit with you guys about how I went up to New York and I did my radio run up there, right. And Epic put $750,000 down, you know what I'm saying, for my single deal for popping. And I wound up getting a phone call. Birdman was down in Miami. He was gonna give me $1 million cash for the single. So I'm like, okay, we gonna go down and we gonna see what Birdman talking about. Long story not so long. I get back to the A and thunderstorm, cancel flight. I don't catch the connecting flight because of thunderstorm. We gonna catch the first flight out. It just so happens that the task force hit the studio that morning before I was about to leave to go to my flight to recoup. You know what I'm saying? So I lose millions of dollars behind this shit. I want to say what the fuck I want to say about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because that's generational wealth. That's the beginning of generational wealth. That's what if I got a game plan, I got out of prison in 2007 and I'm executing my game plan that I've been, you know what I'm saying, writing down and thinking about while I'm exercising. I get out focused and I'm executing my game plan, and I got to the fruition point of my game plan to be thrown off by some shit that ain't got nothing to do with me.
So let's slow walk it. So boom, we're gonna tell the story. So you have the studio. There's a bunch of people in the studio that come to the studio. You meet Young Thug how?
So, like I said, a lot of this what's going on is plugged in from relationships from coast to coast. Right. You know what I'm saying? When I say big dogs, I'm saying it's very few big dogs. When I'm using the word big dog, that's the reason why I'm using that, because it's very few. And so in this city, from LA to Atlanta to Miami, it's very few people that that coordinate and you got to go through. That's what that checking in shit, all that right there. So it's very few. So I'm moving around LA, Vegas, whatever, with my boy Roscoe, Pee Wee, and you
consider him a big dog?
Well, Pee Wee is a big dog. Okay. Shit, Pee Wee been around since Pee Wee been around since BMF. Gotcha. He was there with Meech. You know what I'm saying? Pee Wee was there with Birdman. You know what I'm saying? Reason why we in Vegas, Pee Wee goddamn real close with Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? So Pee Wee is a part of the glue that connects the streets too. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? And so just so happened that me and him and one of my other partners, former partners, you know what I'm saying? Big Three, we in Cali, moving around together, and I'm in Vegas with, you know what I'm saying, him or whatever. So I move around like that. So we kicking it or whatever. So at this point in time, now I got the emotion because I got the music shit popping. I got the studio shit popping. So I'm having emotion that's coming from, you know what I'm saying, Atlanta. At this time period, it was 100 Game. We got Young Mozzie, Jose Guapo, Draco. You know what I'm saying? That's another one of my best friends that, you know what I'm saying, we grew up together, you know, former. But, and I keep using the word former because there's a lot of dissension that comes out on the back end, you know what I'm saying, that you figure out on the back end or whatever. But so moving around out on the West Coast, I come back to Atlanta. Roscoe winds up coming back to Atlanta too. He comes over to the studio and he like, shit, this the clubhouse, you know what I'm saying? And so he like, he gets make himself comfortable. So once he make himself comfortable, you know what I'm saying, he bring Thug over or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Thug comes in and he like, shit, this is where the players at, you know what I'm saying? And that's what was going on during that time period. It wasn't like a situation to where, you know, and that's why I was explaining to you, I'm not YSL, you know what I'm saying? There was a whole bunch of different shit that was going on. Street Money was in that situation. 100 Game was in that situation. La Familia was in that situation. You know what I'm saying? I told you who my best friends were, and they rap. It's all these different people in and out the spot, you know what I'm saying, on a daily basis. LA, Chicago, New York, you know what I'm saying? Connected all the way through. You see what I'm saying? So when you get to that space and you like, damn, all of these big dog figures are right here in one space at one time, you like, shit, this where the motion at. Right. You know what I'm saying? So in the midst of the motion, all of the other things that got brought into it is what threw me off. You know what I'm saying? And so even me vocalizing that's where my friendship started to get strained because I'm vocalizing that. Of course I'm vocalizing that. I just lost millions behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? I built this for us. I didn't build this for them. I built this for us. We sat down at the tables. We was in, Andre 3000 just talked about tiny rooms. We was in them tiny rooms with high pressure. You know what I'm saying? What you know, anything could, you know, happen. You know, we know the situations that we put ourselves in. So you already see what's going on. We trying to get to the other side of that. So I'm gonna speak on that. But when it came down to the influence part, it's like, oh, no, Snitchy Richie, all that type of shit like that going on. Because I'm saying, this ain't got nothing to do with me. And I mean, this one ain't got my name on it, but it impacted me financially. It impacted the growth of what I had going on. It impacted the fruition, you know what I'm saying, of what was coming back off of these money contracts, which was going to be the foundation to now create whatever it was, the label, because all of this could have just been underneath one situation. It was all in the studio anyway. Gunna got an interview out right now on how he met Thug. He met Thug at my studio. Mm. You know what I'm saying? So is that famous picture with Young Thug and Dirk, is that at your studio? The one where they got the nigga looking at behind the keyboard? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that was at Atlantic Studio. I think that was at Drama Studio. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to ask is this, because you were the first person that got indicted for the YSL trial, right? You were the first person, is from what I'm hearing? No, so I got picked up. Okay. When they came and hit the spot, okay. I had an aggravated assault. I was already on probation for. So they violated me. So that's the time that when I was off the street, that was them violating me, and I had to max out the rest of my time on my violation. You know what I'm saying? While the song was out you know what I'm saying, and moving around. That's why I was locked up, you know what I'm saying? But I also caught an additional charge for what was going on inside of the spot. So I had to deal with all of that. But when it came down to the indictment, that's what I said in the other interview, is that once that situation happened, and I even said that, like, I seen what was, I had privileged information on what was coming on because I knew who was in the interrogation room talking, because my lawyer is a big dog. You know what I'm saying? So because I know who's in the interrogation room talking, I can forecast and see what's about to happen. So I removed myself from the situation so that when everything did hit the fan, you know, it hit the fan the way it hit the fan, and I'm just sitting back, allowing all of the real information to come out, because at this point in time, I got pressure myself, because even my own partners is going with this when I know who the folks that's really telling. I knew that from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Who was going into the interrogation room, loose lips, sink ships. It's not a secret. You know what I'm saying? Even when people don't look at it like this. We doing an interview right now. The police doing interviews. You don't think that the police is ain't finna goddamn brag about a high credibility artist or a high credibility street nigga in there telling? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this it's an interview. Man, I had such and such in here goddamn telling all the business. Woo, 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 woo. So around those circles, they gonna brag about it. So that information came back to me. You know what I'm saying? So I knew, you know what I'm saying, what was going on during that time period. You feel me? So, but the part that I got frustrated about, especially with as far as the interview part of it go, and you take that information out, is that you allow influence to control the information. Oh, I can't put this part in there. I can't put that part in there. I gotta side with the bullshit in order to keep the motion. You know what I'm saying? And it all comes back around. All this comes back around to what we were talking about. That's that big bro, little bro shit. And then when the motion changed and you got them, even though you is OG status or whatever like that going on, because little bro done ran the bag up and he got all the rest of the little bros got there running behind him, you got to go with the influence over, you know, the character, the solid shit. You know what I'm saying?
So you just mentioned something about they called you Snitchy Richie. How did that come about?
That's what I'm trying, because, okay, so I went on This Is 50 and I said, I said a semblance of this, like, basically, I just lost out on millions of dollars on some shit that didn't have nothing to do with me. My name wasn't on no paperwork. My name wasn't on no warrant, none of that shit. But I got affected by that. And that threw my everything that I had worked for, it threw me off. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I guess my expectation at that time is that, okay, we all some big dogs. We know what y'all know specifically what it took to even build this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all should substantiate, you know what I'm saying, what a nigga saying right now, because you know what we go through, what we have to do in order to even create an environment where these people can bubble and blow. You know what I'm saying? They artists. We create the environments. When I say we, I'm saying the OGs. They got to be able to move around. They need security. They need to be able to just be artists and don't have to think about it and, you know, do all that, you know, artist stuff or whatever. We create the environments or whatever. So I'm expecting them to come back and be like, nah, hell no, not my boy. You know what I'm saying? Not with what we've been through, not with all the different times and opportunities that this person could have been thrown under the bus and this person could have been thrown under the bus for a way higher price. You know what I'm saying? But now on the situation where because we talking about rap, we talking about artist shit. Now it's a situation where you got to side with that. No, that shit don't sit too comfortable with me. And it's the same thing when it comes down to an interviewing platform. If at the end of the day, you got to censor yourself in order to go with the motion, you know what I'm saying? I understand it. I understand the why, you know what I'm saying? I just have an issue with it too at the same time.
What do you think? You know, because a lot of I feel like Atlanta hip hop infrastructure is built on street shit and solid shit. Mm-hmm. Do you think, knowing just what you know now, that was a mistake to build it on top of something like that?
I think that's where the lines got blurred.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I think that's where the lines got blurred. because everybody automatically thinks something when it comes out of Atlanta, everybody automatically thinks that this is street shit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But that's not what's, I just explained to you really what's going on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It might be one or two, but for the most part, these folks just artists. You know what I'm saying? And that when even with we got what just now happened over the past week and a half. Fuck the street. We got the fuck the streets movement.
How do you
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm looking at this happen. I'm like, damn, it just keeps happening over and over and over again, and the public can see it. Who started the fuck the streets?
21.
21, right? Mm-hmm. What did he say?
Just fuck the streets.
But in the context, what was he saying?
Fuck the trauma from the streets.
Right? He's talking about, he didn't even say it. He wrote it in a tweet.
Right.
Right? And he's talking about his own personal trauma and when he got to the other side of that, for himself, he's saying fuck the street. But then you see 10 other rappers goddamn jump on in and join on in, and everybody got to goddamn get on Instagram and TikTok and goddamn X, Twitter, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and say, oh, why they feel like it's fuck the streets. You know what I'm saying? And 21 Savage came out and said why he said fuck the streets?
Yes, yeah, he did.
What did he say?
Well, he said the trauma.
Well, yeah, but he meant to say save the streets. He was like, the way he said it was wrong.
I'm saying, when he voiced that, right?
Right.
So even what he's saying, nobody even gave him an opportunity to even explain what, you know what I'm saying? Just everybody just immediately, oh yeah, this is the motion. I'm just finna jump on the motion, fuck the street. Now you got this nigga saying fuck the street, this nigga saying fuck, and you know, that's what's going on. It's just a whole bunch of wave running and dick riding and all that type of shit like that going on. And then it spills over so fast. Y'all see how fast it happened?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it spills over so fast. And guess what? Everybody that came in behind 21, you know, this is how I feel. This is my opinion. Everybody who came in behind 21 and say, fuck the streets, y'all ain't no real street niggas. Cause ain't no real street niggas finna just be like, fuck the streets. We already know where this shit come from. That's how this shit set up. This is the reason, this is what you just now asked me. The gray area, where the lines get blurred at is because we got two different directions going on, right? When you from the bottom, I'm gonna go this way. When you from the bottom, it ain't nowhere else but for you to go but up.
Right.
That's the streets. When you from the bottom, it ain't no other direction for you to go but up, right? Which means that the streets is about progress. We not trying to go down in the streets. We trying to figure out a way to come up. You know what I'm saying? But then when you get up, the opposite, right? This is what the music industry does. The music industry has convinced us as entertainers and rappers that what we need to rap about and talk about and what we need to glorify is pain. So the streets promote progress. The industry promotes pain. And so we got two different directions going on, and the people that represent pain are the people that got the popularity and the platforms. You know what I'm saying? And the people, it's very small number of people up here at the top or whatever that's talking about, you know, what the music industry wants us to talk about, or what the algorithm wants us to talk about, which is, you know what I'm saying, pain, which is in other words, destroying the progress. You know what I'm saying?
I will say though, I feel like a lot of the individuals who were speaking for the streets weren't really individuals who had attained or had touched a lot of success. Cause I feel like the only way you see that this horizon is by finally saying fuck the streets. Like that shit only gonna get you to a certain place before you have to say fuck it, because either it's gonna kill you if you stay in it. No, don't say fuck the streets, change the streets. I mean, I don't make an impact to the streets. So I had this conversation. I liken that to a Nipsey Hussle. Like he was a nigga who really tried to change his streets. And nigga, he was assassinated in them. Like he was an individual who really, like he was a living example of a nigga who tried to save the streets, and they slayed him. So I don't really empathize with a motherfucker who like let's save the kids, save who you can.
That's what we're talking about, though. That's what I'm saying. That's what incentivized greatness is. It's being there. It's being there to be able to be in a position to when somebody needs that life-changing mentorship, when somebody needs somebody to step in and be that gatekeeper, that buffer between, we got basketball players, we got football players, we got baseball players, we got future doctors, we got future lawyers, we got future accountants, we got future real estate moguls, we got all this sitting around in the hood or the streets, we got all this sitting right over here. So at the end of the day, I'm not gonna look at it from the situation like, Nipsey died in vain. No, that don't scare me and say to me, I don't need to do what Nipsey do. Hell no, this is a war. This what's going on.
Right.
You feel me? Once you make that decision or to represent where you come from, that shit ain't no easy road. That shit ain't gonna go exactly the way you wanted to go. There's some adversity that come with this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's gangster shit that come with this shit.
Yeah.
It's stealing and killing and drug dealing that comes with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's been happening since the beginning of time. This ain't nothing that just is something that we do as a community. This been going on since the beginning of time. I've mentioned this. The Fathers of Liberty of the United States of America was a gang. They smuggled tea from all over the world. You know what I'm saying? That's how they made their money. Our own country was built and established by smugglers. You understand what I'm saying? When you look at the gangster shit that was going on before we were gangs, organized crime. Organized crime started with the Italian mafia, right? The Italian mafia. If you look at what we got going on as far as our community in the streets, in the black community, and you look at it versus the Italian mafia. The Italian mafia has from as far as generational goes. From a grandfather to a grandson, the percentage of the grandson of being in the mob was lower than somebody that was just living on the street. So the people that was in the Italian mafia in the mob, they were working their way out of poverty. They were working their way out of the situation. So they had grandfather in the mob, son in the mob, grandson go to Harvard. Granddaughter go to Yale. Niece is a doctor. Nephew is a lawyer. Cousins is accountants. You see what I'm saying? And now you see, now this is how Las Vegas is built. Because they transitioning, they utilizing what they got going on, but they transitioning. Well, in our community, we glorifying. We not making the transition. You know what I'm saying? And so I applaud somebody, you know what I'm saying, for going in there in the trenches. I appreciate and have much love and respect for you, Nip, for staying in the trenches and being available, you know what I'm saying, for the next whoever it was, for them to have an opportunity to goddamn not have to go through the same shit that you went through. You know what I'm saying? And so I can't wait to have a facility where we can bring all the people that's, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing with Incentivized Greatness. I'm going on a capital run raise because I want to create a facility where everybody can come and get all of the information that they need in order to progress. Because that's what I say. If you from the bottom, the streets is about progress. So what we've been fooled by the motion, you know what I'm saying, about the platforms, about media, what we've been fooled by them to say, no, we need to glorify pain.
Yeah.
We need to glorify killing and violence and dissension and division. We need to glorify all of those things because that right there, guess what? Guess who's sitting back watching entertain? It's not us. We doing the shit. Who entertained by it?
Everybody else.
You see what I'm saying? You go to a festival. Who you see at the festival?
White kids, yeah.
It ain't us at the festival.
But again, a part of the problem is, like, for instance, right, 21 Savage, he tweets, y'all should have known when Gunna was a rat the first time, right? It's like, why do we even care about ratting and stuff like that? Is because of the rappers. They made it to where you got the white kids judging people as rats and shit. Like, why do they even need to
that's what I'm saying. You can't call out Big Bank, We can't call out Big Bank. People been choosing sides. We 60 years away from the civil rights movement, right? We talk about the civil rights movement. We look at who were the heads of the civil rights movement.
Right.
Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, right? Huey Newton was a spinoff of Malcolm X, right? Jesse Jackson was a spinoff of Martin Luther King, right? And you got the lines of succession around all of that, right? But back during the civil rights movement, you was on one side or the other. That shit was Bloods and Crips. If you fuck with Martin Luther King, you didn't fuck with Malcolm X. And if you fuck with Malcolm X, you didn't fuck with if you was on Martin Luther King's side, right? Back then, you was looking at Malcolm X, man, those are troublemakers. Those people are trying to they're making it worse on us because they bringing violence in the picture. They making it harder on us to be able to move around. Huey Newton bringing guns into the conversation. No, we don't need to talk about guns. We need to talk about being nonviolent and do it this way and bringing in religion and all the church and everything. I said, okay, cool. And then if he was on the other side on the Martin Luther King or the Huey Newton side of it, then you was like, hell no, by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? We gonna arm ourselves, we gonna protect ourselves according to the Second Amendment, which is what everybody else does in the United States. That's what the American dream is. So we gonna conduct ourselves like everybody else, you know what I'm saying, in the United States. And then everybody picked sides. Right. Everybody chose sides. The same thing was going on now, which really, truthfully and honestly, there's something, the resolution is somewhere in between those two.
So let's do this. I'm gonna just name some things that happened, and I want to tell, and we're gonna say if they were right or wrong. Okay, first thing, we had Young Thug, right, plead out at the end of the case. Mm-hmm. Was he right or wrong when you have this many Codys?
It got to a point in the case to where, because and I say this to anybody, that if you decide to be in the street life and you know it's coming, you know what I'm saying, you gonna get apprehended. The police is coming. They coming to get you. If you make it out without the police coming to get you, you 1 in a million, man. We got Frank Matthews. We got people that we don't even know, you know what I'm saying, anything about, you know, that made that transition without being unscathed. You know what I'm saying? Without having to worry about the government, right? So Young Thug doesn't say anything or agree to anything, puts everybody else in the benefit. Of course he's gonna have to plead. That was the whole point of going to trial. We knocking this evidence off. I'm letting my lawyer do his job. We done got all of these different things and put all these different people in situations to where they don't have to they not finna be facing or getting life sentences. Okay, good job, Thug, for going through that process. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you get to the end of the process. Okay, it's time for me to take this time. It's time for me to go ahead and take this plea, because now all this other stuff that was gonna fuck everybody else up, all that's gone. You know what I'm saying? And then past that point in time, I don't want to put words in your mouth or anything like that, but I'm assuming you were gonna bring up the Gunna situation,
right? Right. Was because I was gonna ask, is Gunna wrong for what he did? And
that's the other thing, is because if Gunna in the same situation where I'm sitting here saying, Gunna got his own motion. It's nothing that Gunna did that threw the case off. Let me go ahead and plead out, get back to the money. You know what I'm saying? I got music that I need to put out. Gunna got a responsibility. That's the part that's that brother, that little bro, big bro shit. That's where that shit get out of hand, right? Gunna and Thug ain't grow up together. It's a lot of this shit that's come together that came together in my studio, where everybody just came together and was like, oh yeah, bro this, bro that, bro this. No, y'all was brought together by these different, you know what I'm saying, individuals. Y'all took it upon yourselves to form it, you know what I'm saying, these relationships. Y'all wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, like that. Y'all came together because there was real niggas that brought y'all together. You see what I'm saying? There was OGs that brought y'all together. Y'all took those relationships and entertainment-wise ran with it. Of course, you grew a kinsmanship because y'all with each other every day. Y'all making millions of dollars with each other. So, of course, there's going to be some kinsmanship that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing when you go to prison. The closest person to you when you go to prison is your bunkmate. I don't know this nigga from a can of paint, but by the time I finish doing my time, This my best friend in the whole entire world.
Is Atlanta caping for what Young Thug did? Did Young Thug, did what he do, was that a violation or no? And we're talking about the video showing him talking to the law or interrogation.
Anybody, I don't care. This is my opinion. Anybody, there's nothing that you can do by talking to the police. You can't spin the police. There's nothing, you're not putting yourself in a better situation. You're only putting yourself in a worse situation because all they're gonna do is play it back. They're gonna play it back and they're gonna, guess what? They're gonna play it back for the streets too.
And so we're watching, right? Big Bank is one of the people that, I'm from Dallas and I know who he is. Like his name rang bells.
For sure.
Now that he's podcasting, I feel like it's putting him in scenarios he never had to be in. We've watched him interview people that quote unquote snitched, right? Woody, some of the people from the YSL trial that snitched and let them get their side of the story out. We also watched him interview you and leave some of the story out. It's evident that obviously he's protecting his people, which I respect that. Is that right or wrong in your opinion?
If you're a journalist,
Is it?
that's what he calls himself. Right. He's a journalist. If you're a journalist, right, I feel like your job is to get the information out, right?
For sure.
But propaganda is built on this. This is not, that's why I keep on saying that people choose sides. This is not new. Fox News is Republican, right. CNN is Democrat.
It's always been biased.
You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be biased. It's certain people that's in the Republican Party that's not gonna be able to be interviewed on CNN. It's people that's in the Democratic Party that's not gonna be interviewed on Fox News. It's just the way that it is. It's the way that it goes. People are going to whatever platforms they go to give whatever the information they have going on and announce according to what they want to align themselves with, period. And so if that's what Bank doing, I understand that that's what he's doing. Is it the way that I would do it? No, but he his own man. He's earned his right and privilege to approach the situation the way he wants to approach the situation. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to open up his platform for everybody. He built his own platform. It's his platform. You know what I'm saying? Do I agree with it? I don't 100% agree with it. I feel like if you're in that situation, you should allow everybody to get a chance to, you know what I'm saying, speak their piece. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't, I understand why.
Do you feel like street niggas should even have podcasts? Like in this kind of like, it just seems like it's a conflict of interest.
I think that's another reason, you know, I kind of been quiet over the last, 4 to 6 years. I fight my own, battles and, with the law and shit like that. But watching it is very unsettling. It's very unsettling to watch, stand up, supposed to be OGs, high stature guys look into the camera and speak about information that's not supposed to be spoken about. You know what I'm saying? Like I could talk to you guys about the history of anything, you know what I'm saying? Like I know y'all probably could tell by now, like I study everything, you know what I'm saying? So I could talk to you about the history of anything. That doesn't mean that I need to get into the specifics of somebody's situation. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start getting into the specifics and, you know what I'm saying, that law enforcement, that y'all done made it to where law enforcement don't even got to do their job no more. All they got to do is just watch what you said on the internet. Watch what you said. Man, folks has got them going on live, Facebook live, Instagram live, TikTok live. They just saying to themselves, if I'm going live, they can't see it. Man, it's all data.
Yeah.
They got this shit. Whenever you look at whenever you text your phone, whenever you unlock your phone, whenever you move around with your phone, they got your movement, they got your data, they got everything that you do if you doing it from a phone or a computer or any type of goddamn communication type device. Anything that's tapped into the internet. They got you. It's analog. You know what I'm saying? And so it's very tough and unsettling when I see people utilize that platform to exploit the community and what's going on in the community and put people in compromising positions in order to enlarge their platform. And then on the back end, like, oh, well, shit, you can't do nothing to me. I'm an OG. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to deal with that shit. Whatever. Nah, man, it don't sit right with me. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
Right.
you're gonna justify it because this is how I feed my family.
Right.
But all money ain't good money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna sit down at the table and eat, you know what I'm saying, with everybody. That's just me. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. Again, part of the reason why we're here is some of the stuff was left off of the interview. So what was it that was left off that you felt was so imperative for the people to hear?
The fact that what was going on during that time. So I know the specific, because what I said was once the song was in motion.
Which song? The Poppin'?
Poppin'.
Okay.
Poppin' was in motion. Poppin' was everywhere.
We're everywhere. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The song became bigger than you. That's crazy.
Yeah, nobody even knew. Rico Richie, who the hell is that? No,
Yeah.
if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. You know what I'm saying?
That became like a slogan.
It was a slogan. That shit was everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We talking about Kardashian. We talking about the biggest entertainment.
Right.
This was motherfuckers' mantra. They was goddamn, oh yeah, yeah, that's why. That's why I'm more lit than all the rest of y'all, because I got haters. You know what I'm saying? You need to get you some too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's so big, it's everywhere. So me in my room, my tiny room, we looking around like, boy, we gotta catch up. You know what I'm saying? So we moving around and because we putting fire on it, but that's the reason why I went everywhere, because guess what? I'm already LA for years and years, moving around, buying sections at Playhouse and all that type of shit like that going on. I'm already Vegas buying sections. I'm already Houston buying sections. I'm already New York buying sections. We already Miami we already been doing this shit for your Fountain Blue, Live, man. We done did this shit so many times. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's without putting it out on Instagram. Like, we not doing it to put it out on Instagram during this time period. We just doing it because this is the fruits of our labor. This is who we is. So once everybody that was involved in that community, they was like, oh shit, Rude.
Right.
That boy Rude got him a hit. Right. So everybody just jumped behind it at the same time. They was like, oh shit, we got us one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we in the midst of moving around. We were just moving around. The big dogs moving around. The picture was painted to make it seem like I was trying to follow Thug around. I was just like what you asked when you first, like I was a part of YSL. No, I wasn't following him around. He was following me around, if anything, because the motion was already going.
Yeah, he was already having it, yeah.
The motion was already going. We was already moving around. I didn't need to attach anybody to me to heighten the motion. That I had already been doing that over a 10-year period of time, worth of 8 to 10 year period of time, worth of putting in the work and laying the foundation. You know what I'm saying? I got out of prison with a game plan. I already knew what I was about to do. It wasn't my intentions to be a quote unquote rapper, and I still don't consider myself a rapper. Right. You know what I'm saying? But the game plans that I paid attention to, whether it's the Birdmans or the Jay-Z's or whatever, I'm looking at what they're doing and I'm saying, okay, what's the best thing for me and the people around me to be able to go to the next level? And like I told you, this other person that was in the room with me is best friend Future. This other person that was in the room with me is best friends with 2 Chainz. So I'm like, shit, all I need to do is put together the infrastructure, and then we gonna be able to take this situation and develop it into a whole higher level situation, which is what essentially is what we did. We did turn into a high level situation that got thrown off by some shit that didn't have nothing to do with us or what we had going on, because we not on this.
Right. So let me ask you this. You mentioned earlier, and correct me if I'm wrong, you said that the Lil Wayne tour bus shooting, they had you in on that too?
The warrant that led them to the studio
was
directly related to the tour bus shooting.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? And that, it's just not that. Like 4110, when it all goes down, 4110 Metropolitan Parkway, that shit is a legendary place.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's the place that nobody wants to talk about because everybody wants credit.
Give me 3 legendary things that came out of that studio.
Bankroll Fresh Street Money movement came out of that studio. People don't know this. When Kevin Gates came home, you know what I'm saying? He recorded his first album out of that studio. Draco was his man. Draco was the person that brought him in and moved him around the city of Atlanta. I want to make sure that Draco got his flowers, even though we don't speak or whatever like that. This is just the facts.
Right.
If it wasn't for Draco, people wouldn't even know who Kevin Gates was. And that's my opinion.
Right.
He's a talented artist, but if it wasn't for Draco and the relationships that Draco exposed him to, which was the Mozzie, which was the me and moving around, and now you developing a relationship, which I was saying people was coming to Atlanta for, you got all these relationships, that was, you know, a part of that situation too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the music that Thug had going on, that was what was going on during that time period too. You know what I'm saying? People don't even know this. Well, I just said something about it. Gunna and Thug meeting each other at the studio and developing the YSL movement, developing and all that music that came out of the movement, came out of that situation too. You gotta think, the Lil Babies is over there, the 21 Savage, Slaughter Gang, all them, you know what I'm saying? The big homie, Two Gun, Polish, he they big homie. He over there with us all day too. Troop, he Gunna big homie. You know what I'm saying? We are the guys that are the glue that brought all of that, you know what I'm saying, together. The reason why these other people know each other is because Gunna is following behind Troop.
Was it wild to see Lil Baby's? It seemed like he blew up fast. It seemed like he put out one song and just took completely off.
He knew exactly what he was doing. And then the energy came out at the exact right time. And I remember I talked to P, I seen P out, you know what I'm saying? We was at this after hour spot and I talked to P, he was like, man, listen, man, I got my nephew, bro, this finna go, it's gonna be legendary, man. My nephew, we finna go ahead and take it all the way. You know what I'm saying? He told me what he was about to do with him. Little that I know is that he was there as well. You know what I'm saying? Like these are people that, to me, they not on my radar, but they there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because at this point in time, it's 2 Chainz at the studio, it's T.I. at the studio, it's Kevin Gates at the studio. You know what I'm saying? It's Bankroll Fresh at the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like these people is coming in and out the studio every single day on a daily basis. That's what I'm saying. This is like a clubhouse.
Did y'all record any of this shit? Boy, if y'all would have filmed any of this, boy, y'all had a badass documentary.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I didn't allow cameras.
Damn.
Because it was too real. That's what people don't understand. Like everybody, there's not, the line ain't getting drawn.
Right. Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like we not supposed to get this shit on camera because this is evidence.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but we know.
Right.
Anything that I'm saying to you all can be fact checked. We know this is a 100%, all this is 100% facts. It's not for everybody to know. The specifics, I can tell you the general story on how it happened and how everything came together. We know the specifics and it should stay that way.
Right.
It shouldn't, you can't control, once you turn these cameras on, once these microphones is hot, you can't control what gets said. Do you know what kind of conversations is going on in this spot on a daily basis?
Facts.
These is real big dogs. It's a lot of motion that's going on that's affecting not just the city of Atlanta, all of the states and the cities that surrounding Atlanta, from one side of the country to the other side of the country. This is where all the shots is being called from this one place.
So this is what I want to know. 2 things. Who was the artist that you felt really had it in that studio, but maybe just didn't make it, either got outshined or something, a nigga stole his style? Answer me that question first.
I think that Draco is the original Pooh Shiesty. And only reason why is because he was too early. He was too early. Draco came before, he was ahead of his time. I would like to say that Draco probably invented drill music. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what type of music that he made. You know what I'm saying? And he was right there in position to take advantage of it as well. And you know, that's a whole nother story and conversation, you know, as far as him being able to, you know, he has his own platform as far as him being able to roll out the things that he has specifically. It's not for me, you know what I'm saying, to roll out his personal business and what he had going on, but there were just some things that were in his way, in my opinion, right? And so the major thing that I will speak on, I feel like, was he aligned himself with somebody that wanted to keep him down. You see what I'm saying? Because when you an artist, you know, especially a real artist, like when you on Kevin Gates level, you don't really want nobody to be bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? And so that was one of the major things that where we got into it about. I'm like, bro, why is you the one? You see what I'm saying? I'm behind you. I built this shit for you. You the one. You trying to promote other people. Now you the one. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't go that way. But I feel like that was the person. He was the star. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loved Draco. You know what I'm saying? And if I wish, I know that for him himself, and I haven't talked to him in years, but I know him himself, once he sees how everything evolved over time, I know him himself, he feels he might regret not taking that opportunity because he could have really maximized it in a whole bunch of different type of ways. You know what I'm saying?
And then there was Mozzie. I am familiar with Mozzie. Why do you think he didn't pop as hard as he should have?
Man, God bless the dead, Mozzie.
God bless
man, my boy, man.
Man, he was a character.
Mozzie,
I felt like he had a lot of...
Mozzie was the realest. Mozzie is probably the realest person, the realest, most authentic person that you could ever meet in your entire life. You know what I'm saying? He's a one-on-one. Mozzie is truly a one-on-one because Mozzie is really 100% with the shit, on the gangster shit. If he say it out his mouth, he mean that shit. Nigga been shot 10, 20, 15, 30, 50 times. You know what I'm saying? He's in the mix. He's in whatever he says, he's done it. And if he love you with all his heart. It ain't no halfway with him. You know what I'm saying? He one of the only people that I know besides myself that no matter what, you know, Mozzie was a good fellas guy. It didn't matter what was going on at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. He left from the studio. He left from wherever he was at and went home and picked up his kids and his daughters. He took them to school. He made breakfast for them. He was really that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he was one of the realest, most genuine people. You know what I'm saying? If I say he was one of the realest, most genuine, fucked up ass niggas that you could ever meet, because you didn't want. Listen, let me tell you, you ain't want no pressure with Mozzie. You know what I'm saying? If you had pressure with him, it was gonna be all the way. He just wasn't a halfway type person. But guess what? It's the same thing. It was, you know, BWA, 100 gang, and he got underneath, you know what I'm saying, Kevin Gates. And I don't know how that works. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. I don't know if it is a certain point at a level of time where you gotta curate yourself underneath another artist before you could blow. But Mozzie music was hard. You know what I'm saying? He had the motion, he was real, he was genuine. But my opinion is that the person that they attach themselves to, the person that people see on the internet, you know what I'm saying? They say what they say about him. This ain't no secret, super high level, you know what I'm saying, egotistical and narcissistic. Didn't want other people that were going to be in a position to outshine him. Right. You know what I'm saying? And those two guys was kind of, they shine got blocked by that. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about, do you think artists should be trying to sign to other artists? Like, do you think that should be an actual thing? Man, it's dangerous. It's the most dangerous thing that you could do as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end, there's nothing that you're gonna be able to do because the attention is that's the hardest drug that you can, people be talking about lean and goddamn, you know, pills and all that. No, hell no. Attention is the hardest drug that you could ever goddamn defeat. You can't defeat attention. You know what I'm saying? And so it's always gonna creep into, if a high level, especially with a high level artist, it's always gonna creep in their mind. Anytime somebody that has the potential to take more of the attention away from them whenever they are in the room, they gonna have a problem. They're gonna have an issue with that. And so I would always think about that. You know what I'm saying? If you are an artist before you sign with somebody, I would always, you know what I'm saying, think about that. Because I give this one for example, right? We know who Drake is because of who? Wayne. You see what I'm saying? You see how it wasn't automatic though, like immediately. Yeah, I had to think. Yeah. Right? Because Drake is so large now, right? That we almost don't even think about the fact that Lil Wayne was on a run. He was number 2. Right. As far as best rapper alive. Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Crazy. It was Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and like this is real. He was the biggest hip hop artist. He was bigger than Jay-Z. Right.
as far as hip hop artists go.
1 million a week, I think they Carter 3 or something crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
And was battling to get the throne of best rapper. You know what I'm saying? And then, okay, he gave Drake the spot. You don't think that people don't see that? They don't, oh damn, Drake. As soon as he gave Drake the spotlight, now Wayne made himself insignificant, you know what I'm saying, by giving Drake the spot. So artists think about this. You know what I'm saying? They want to remain relevant. They want to be relevant too. You know what I'm saying?
I do got to ask you about this because, again, 21 Savage, his tweets, he kind of divulged a lot that was going on. He basically said he knew P was wrong, but he didn't want to stop the young niggas from getting money. Is that how y'all feel in Atlanta? Because if that's the case, y'all are kind of condoning
that's what
shit that y'all are saying y'all not supposed to be condoning.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where the lines get convoluted at. You know what I'm saying? That's where people just, it's this thing where, you know, money is more important than character. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're looking at it from an entertainment standpoint and it's pure strictly entertainment, is, oh, this is all money. But in Atlanta, that shit blended. The streets and entertainment is blended. So it's a lot of street shit that's involved in this shit that hurt. You know what I'm saying? The decisions that get made, you know what I'm saying? It hurts the people in the streets or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, damn, it's this double standard that only applies with influence.
Right.
If you got a certain level of influence, then this don't. Tekashi 6ix9ine is right. He a rat, but he right. Oh, y'all gonna say, oh, nah, hell no. Keep that same energy. And he right. No, keep that same energy because guess what? I am too. You're not gonna see me trying to align myself to this rapper because I know they resume. You know what I'm saying? That means something to me. Nah, hell no. The same thing that you judge somebody by, that you try to hold somebody back on, that you try to tell somebody not to fuck with this nigga for or whatever, hell no, keep that same energy.
Why do you, I got it, this is totally out of topic. Why do you think 6ix9ine tries so hard? Because it's not like the Latin community ain't fucking with him. He still get all that love. Why do you think he tries so hard to like still be inside of the black hip hop community?
I don't think it's a black hip hop community thing. He from New York, so it's a streets thing for him. You know what I'm saying? Tekashi from the streets.
Hey, he died. Yeah.
He is. He's from the streets.
He's from the streets, but he not a street nigga.
It don't matter. That's what I'm saying. That's why all these definitions, that's where it gets convoluted because now it's always an exception to, nah, he from the streets.
Yeah, for
when
sure.
you say fuck the streets,
right.
all this shit come from the streets. Just like I said, doctors and lawyers and accountants and all that shit come from the streets. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things that come through the street, just like gangsters and all this other shit that come from the streets. Tekashi from the streets in New York. And so he feels like his contribution to the streets should be recognized.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't conduct yourself as a street nigga, but you would never, why am I expecting you to conduct yourself as a street nigga when you was never a street nigga?
Right. So, but he just wants to still be with street niggas. Like, you don't have to be with street niggas. Like, you can, like, if you just kick it with, you can just hang and be, you can really kick it with the Latins and the non-street niggas. Non-street niggas and Latins is still rocking.
But that's the void that the entertainment industry leaves in rappers. This is, you can think about what you're saying.
Oh, no, I get you.
Just think about,
Gotcha.
Because what other music genre do you see people doing this?
Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's mandatory.
Yeah.
The hip hop community is holding people to a standard that no other music community is holding their artists to.
So should we be able to listen to a rat and not feel bad about it?
Don't you do it?
Listen.
I was asking pointed question. I'm just saying because look, first and foremost, do you look at Gunna as a rat? Do you look at Gunna as a rat?
Anybody, this is my definition.
All right, let's do it.
Anybody that gives information to law enforcement that leads to somebody arrest or being taken away from their family is a rat. Period.
So do you look at Gunna as a rat?
Nah, that all the way across the board, no exception. I don't care who you are. Point blank period. Now, past that point, it's my job as a man to distinguish business from whatever the streets. It's my job as a man to distinguish that. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so with the first question that was being asked was, if you are an artist and you make a decision to represent yourself as a street nigga, right? And you say out loud, you know what I'm saying, nigga was snitching out, body the snitching and all that woo bedding and snitching and bitching and snitching and all that type of shit, because it rhymes with everything. Right? It rhymes, so it's an easy word to say, and it's a trigger word, right? So once you make a decision to utilize that word, right, and you say it in a way to where you're on this side of it, like I absolutely would not conduct myself this way and actually fuck another nigga for doing that shit. And if a nigga did that shit, I would slide on them. If you have said any of that or articulated any of that in any way, shape, form in your music, in your artistry, or in an interview or whatever, once you do that, you should be held accountable for it. Period. There's no coming back from it. Once you do that, you should be held accountable for it. If you don't do it, I can't hold you accountable for it, because at that point in time, you a civilian. If I'm judging a person, I can't uphold a civilian right up to the same type of caliber as somebody who knows. I can't judge you by that, right? And I gotta know you to be able to even make that decision. You see what I'm saying? But if you aren't this level of person, I can't judge you by that, which is why a lot of people, in my opinion, in my circumference, what I got going on, that's why a lot of people get a pass, because I know you ain't that. You presenting yourself as that, and you got substantiated by somebody who was trying to utilize you as a tool to get themselves out of that.
But I gotta say it like this, bro. I'm gonna just keep it real. Watching the 21 Savage situation, just them tweets, it was almost like finding out Santa Claus ain't real, nigga. Like, bro, you talking about niggas was sitting there, bro. When we talk about 21 Savage, my nigga, like the way that the nigga said we knew he was a rat and swept it under the rug. He said that.
Who said that?
He said that.
About me?
No, about Gunna.
About Gunna.
Yeah, nigga.
Fam, you can't say that though. You can't be the nigga that made Snitches and Rats. You made a song called Snitches and Rats, bro. That's all I'm saying is like, I think I understand where the shit is going left. You got niggas that are literally pushing it to the max.
For sure.
And then saying shit like that. So that's what's making it disappointing,
It's confusing.
Bro. It's confusing as fuck, bro. Like,
because at this point in time, you built a whole platform. I am a fan now.
Right.
I'm a follower. I'm a fan. Whenever your music drops, I'm spinning your tape. I'm sending it to people. If you got merch, I done bought a hoodie. I done bought a hat. I done been to plenty of your concerts. I'm supporting your hustle.
Right.
Right. Based on what you're giving me that you are this figure. You giving me this, that you're this guy. And then once you get to that level, you saying to me, okay, I'm up all the way up here now. I'm untouchable. This is how I really feel. I really don't care if you're a rat or not. What do you mean? You built your whole platform off your position off of being the nigga that was gonna stomp out rats.
I feel like that's the problem with our hip hop. Is like, on one hand, we want our music to be as realistic as possible. We want super realism. But if for us to ask that,
is that what we want though? Is that what?
No, I don't think that's what we want, because we asking for a bunch of Jason Voorhees.
Or is that what the music industry is pushing? The music industry is pushing the division.
For sure.
Okay, so I don't want to cut you off. I want you to remember your question. Okay, let's just say this right quick, right?
Yeah.
The biggest song out, right, in 2025 happened at the end of 2025. What's the biggest song that happened in 2025?
FDA, fuck the fit. The Pooh Shiesty.
Pooh Shiesty. Right? No, Pooh Shiesty came out, got out and kicked everybody ass.
In 2 seconds.
Right? He kicked everybody ass, right?
Fuck the streets.
Now listen, and they said for the street 2 weeks later, but I don't want to lose this, right? He came out and kicked everybody ass, right? At the end of 2025, nobody come close to him, not even, no untouchable, right? This is what I'm saying. This is how the music industry influences, right?
Right.
Now, every single up and coming street nigga, rapper, all that shit, right? They looking at this and they said what?
This the rap.
The way I gotta blow, the way I gotta kick everybody ass is I gotta go to the feds and get out and make a first day out song. That's how I kick everybody ass. So what am I creating? I'm creating everything that's gonna get the attention. It's worse. I'm not just an artist, I'm a director. I'm directing all of these different things to make it look like I'm built like this, right? In order to put myself in a position to, and we seeing artists do publicity stunts to make themselves look like they got locked up to get some attention. It's a part of the rollout. You know what I'm saying? And so now the up and comers, what they doing, they saying to themselves, okay, this is the way. This is the way that I do it. So what are they aspiring to, right? When we supposed to be aspiring to, like what I said, progress, but what you really aspiring to is you saying to yourself, I'm finna finagle and put together some bullshit in order to get the bullshit has to be a part of the progress now.
But Rich, you got to answer my question. Is it okay now to listen to the Snitch though?
Yes.
I'm just asking. I'm just from his because look, he ain't.
I don't like.
What I'm saying, because if
you talking about in my car?
Yeah, in your car.
No, it's not getting played in my car.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, it's not that. It's just not getting played in my car. Listen to me. This is so strong, and I don't even want to say specifically what I'm talking about. I stopped listening to a rapper, bro, that I had a lot of respect for just because he on a song with, you know what I'm saying, the wrong person.
Offset.
It's so many of them. I'm saying to you, it's somebody that
I got you.
I'm like, man, this is, I will goddamn go everywhere and I send this, bro, this is one of the hardest. Yeah, him. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm completely confused because fuck the rap shit, fuck the industry shit. I know what happened for real on the pavement. I know what happened. It's niggas that died and went to prison behind some shit. You understand what I'm saying? So it's niggas that, it's niggas that, it's moms and aunts and cousins and sons and daughters and nieces and nephews, right? That don't have access to people behind some shit over here. But on the music side of it, it's like, oh yeah, we can fuck with each other.
And that was my next point was the YFN and Lucci and Young Thug shit.
You know what I'm saying? How is it? I just don't understand. I can't comprehend it. It's not even, because this has happened. This is not just a specific, this has happened over and over again. I just can't understand how the responsibility of this, when you say, so when I see a certain artist say fuck the streets, I know you really mean that because you don't really know and understand. It's something about it that you're not really understanding and comprehending.
Right.
Right? Because you're saying that these lives are insignificant. When you say fuck the streets, you're saying that the greater majority of your fan base, of the people that are looking up to you, are insignificant. And I'm going to just do what I want to do. And you don't know nothing. My Future is a genius, bro. Finesse. Finesse is like that's the move. Everybody, Atlanta turned into finesse. I can manipulate your mind with my motion. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what's going on. And it fucks me up because it's like, no, because I know the details. It's like, no, this shit right here, this is a fact. This really happened. This other shit that y'all talking about, this is fiction. Right? I'm watching WWE. You know what I'm saying? Vince McMahon is the label, and I see Razor Ramon grab the microphone. I see Stone Cold Steve Austin grab the microphone. I see Andre the Giant grab the microphone. I see Hulk Hogan. I see Ric Flair. I see all these people get their stage, and you know what I'm saying, and they talking to the microphone, and they look in the camera, and they tough as hell, right? But that's fiction. You see what I'm saying? They not leaving home and on the pavement, motherfuckers is goddamn going, you know what I'm saying?
So I gotta ask this. So is Atlanta just been capping the whole time about this unity shit? Or is it really unified?
Man, hell no, them niggas don't even like each other. I'm just being real with you. I'm just telling you what's going on. These niggas is fucking each other bitches and you know what I'm saying? All type of shit.
But you've witnessed a nigga fucking another nigga, bitch?
I'm not watching nobody.
I mean, not physically, but you done seen a nigga be like, yeah, I fucked it.
What are you talking about? Intentional.
Oh, the nigga like targeted his bitch.
Man, what the hell? What did you talk? Man, what the hell? Intentional.
You know what's so crazy, bro? You got the most legendary studio out of the city. Is it still up, by the way?
No.
Okay. So after you went in,
and won't do it again ever.
I was gonna ask you, what are 3 of the wildest scenarios that happened? Because we used to own a studio, and nigga, we done seen people come in together, nigga rob their own partner in the studio.
4110 been on first 48.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, my boy Tommy got a real stretch, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy though, my boy Tommy. He brought the 808 Mafia situation into the spot. That's another spinoff that I forgot to mention.
Yeah,
TM88, Southside, that whole 808 Mafia. Southside made when Esco got locked up in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
With the hard drive, me and Southside is in the back room. I had multiple rooms in my studio. Me and Southside is in the back room. Southside got the call from Future, where Future telling bro, goddamn, Esco got locked up with the hard drive. Me and Southside sitting in the room. I'm listening to him. I'm sitting here with him and listening to him make 56 nights. I was in the room with him when he made 56 nights.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? That's how strong 4110 was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Tommy, you know, this is real. It's on first 48.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The YSL. Everybody watching this all these pictures, all these photos, all these videos, the music videos that they showing, the pic, all that, that's 4110.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't make it up. It's in the history books. The only reason why everybody don't know is because of what you said. What I could have done, I could have made a reality show, right? I could have had cameras and hard drives and all that shit.
You'd have been a multi-billionaire, right?
No, hell no, not a multi-billionaire, because what happened? They came.
Oh, they came and stole the footage?
Not stole the footage is what I'm saying, trying to tell you. Once you make a decision to live this type of life, they coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but so now listen what I'm saying to you. Now, if I did have the camera set up, if I did have hard drives with all the videos and all of that, and I had running on a continuous basis, all the evidence is there.
Right, you'd have been fucked.
No, not me, everybody.
99% of Atlanta. Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Off of a decision made by one person. Why did I make that decision? Because I know and understand, and it's my responsibility, right? Yeah. To make that decision, opposed to what popularity say. Yeah. Opposed to what the motion say. Yeah. Yeah, because how many times you think somebody approached me and said, bro, we need to set cameras up in here? No, you're not setting cameras up in here.
Facts.
It's too real. Right. I don't care what the potential of the cost is, because the potential of the cost on the other end is even greater. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I explain to people, even when I go and I talk to the kid. I don't care what's going on. If I'm out here and I'm alive, as long as you're out here alive and you free, you got an opportunity to make money. I can't think about what money could have been made. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm locked up, I'm fucked up. I can't make no money. I got to be out here in order to make money. You know what I'm saying? That's where my mindset, my mind is what's the prize. So shit, get what? That situation is over with. What's the next situation? I can recreate the same way that I built that clubhouse. I can build the facility, which is why I keep on saying that. Well, that's what the next level of it is. Incentivize greatness. Okay, well, let's facilitate. If we talking about Nip, what if there's something that I could have learned from what he did is that it wasn't all the way 100% mentorship. It was still street. You see what I'm saying? And so now what do? I put myself in a situation to where people don't have access to me street-wise, but people got access to me mentorship-wise.
Yes, what's up?
You know what I'm saying? And I put another buffer and a level of filtering system in between that, because now if you want to get to me, I got some good mentorship for you. I got a history to tell you. I got processes to show you that definitely work. You know what I'm saying? I got some conversations to talk to you about mindset and growth. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna put out, you know what I'm saying, some infomercials. You know, that's what, because I ain't no rapper, we gonna put out some infomercials to bring, you know what I'm saying, attention to, you know, the platform that where we ultimately want to be. You know what I mean? But I'm very much so looking forward to these same stories. I'm very much so looking forward to 10 years from now being able to say, because I already got one. I already know I got a kid. I already know when I ran my first summer camp, he gonna go.
Yeah.
He gonna go, and he gonna be one of the first people that I'm gonna say, yep, he was a part of this program, and we gonna make sure that he's gonna get there. And so 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now, I want to be able to have that kind of the same way I'm having a conversation with y'all about this artist, this producer, all of that, to be able to be on the other side and say, damn, we had somebody that invented this. We had somebody that created this. We were able to sponsor and fund and support, you know what I'm saying, this idea and this idea and this idea. We were able to keep this person out of a fucked up situation and provide legal help. We were able to provide this person with, you know, health benefits, whatever. I'm looking forward to being able to say all of that, you know what I'm saying, with the next wave of the people that's going to be difference makers. You know what I'm saying? And anybody else that's listening to me that has that's in a position to have the power to be able to do it in your city, yes, do the same thing too, because that's what we need. More than anything else, we need to be in a situation to where we not playing ourselves off the street, and that we are in control of what we release and what we put out, you know what I'm saying, to the public. And we are in control of how we party and how we function. You know what I'm saying? Because we, as a community, we always been about, you know, positive energy and uplifting and having a good time. That's what we known for. Our community is going to make the best out of a fucked up situation, no matter where you are on planet Earth.
Man.
If you got a nigga around you, right, a nigga gonna figure out how to make the best out the worst situation. They gonna have the biggest laugh in the middle of some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
That's what we known for. That's
Thanks.
what we good at. You know what I'm saying? But now we need to be in control of how that gets developed out and how we make our money off of that, because guess what? That's not what the message that's being displayed. The message that's being displayed is, okay, I got me some money now. Now I got me some money. I'm not trying to be about progress. As soon as nigga get some money, what they trying to do?
Shine.
Shine.
Trick on the bitch.
Shine. Shit on the next nigga. And so now we got default. Our community, we got default shit on the next nigga culture. You know what I'm saying? That's all we do. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that.
Bro,
Facts.
Big facts, right?
listen, I watch niggas, they put this shit up on their Instagram, bro. And I'm like, you know, money ain't amazing to me because I done seen so much of it, right? But I see it so many times. I see nigga goddamn, and I'm looking at, I'm like, that's $150. That's life-changing money. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of money with the right type of mentorship and goals. You could change your whole community with $150. If you could leverage it correctly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But no, hell no, I need this $150. I need to show you the $150 because I got a shit on you right now. And I need to get all of the things that I need to put on me and around me, right? Mm-hmm. To substantiate why I'm shitting on you, right? But then you think about it. Okay, that's a feeling. Now that feeling is gone, what's next?
What's next?
You know what I'm saying? Once you done shitting on a nigga, what's next?
Yeah, what is next?
Well, if you keep getting money, you keep shitting on.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So that's what you see what
Look, I was gonna say fuck a nigga bitch.
You see what I'm saying? Now we not even worried about money no more.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing but a picture now.
Yeah.
This ain't even got no value. The picture is more valuable than the money now because guess what? I'm not even thinking about what the money can do for me and my loved ones in my surrounding community. Only thing that I'm thinking about, because now the competition has changed, only thing that I'm thinking about is shitting on. I done shitted on you. Now I gotta level up so I can shit on the next nigga.
Yeah.
Then once I get to that level, I gotta level up so I can shit on the next nigga. And a nigga ain't gonna be satisfied till they shitting on Diddy and shit, you know? Shitting on Jay. We see it happening. We seen a whole documentary got released. Because we just so enamored by shitting on, like, oh yeah, I gotta.
But keep it real, Rick. I know you done shitted on a nigga before. You had a studio.
For what?
Man, you ain't, or just follow me. You ain't never walked into a nigga's studio and be like, oh, that nigga got that mic, bro. I gotta go.
I'm a real big dog. Let me tell you something. I can look at what a nigga got going on and I can see what a nigga got going on and I can give a nigga they flowers and I'm not gonna be intimidated by who they are because I'm a real alpha male big dog. Yeah. And when I see another real alpha male big dog, I'm gonna respect him as that and I'm gonna give him his congratulations for it. So I don't got to shit on a nigga.
So what about like when like the baby mama try to claim the kid on the tax before you do? Now she take all the motherfucking tax money. Now she flexing the 10 bands in your face. Man, she shitting on you.
That's insignificant to a player.
Not to a nigga that ain't got 10.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
but he said to a player.
But to a player, you see what I'm saying?
Players are
what we see here talking about but everybody follows the leader, the real true leader. You know what I'm saying? But right now, there's not a real, who's the real true leader?
Who's the leader in Atlanta right now?
Who? You tell me. I don't know.
There is no leader. Nobody's leading this shit.
Nobody. I'm saying back during this time, I can tell you you know what I'm saying? When if I'm talking about the times where I'm developing, I can tell you who the leaders were. Diddy, Birdman, you know what I'm saying? T.I., Jeezy. I could point these Pimp C.
Yeah.
I could point out the voices, Master P. I could point out the voices, Too Short. You see what I'm saying? I could point out the faces and the voices, the players that were really setting everything up. Jay Prince.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Okay, today, who is that?
Nobody.
Yeah, because it's one big blended up gray area, goddamn what everybody call motion. What the hell is motion?
That's what
females.
It's not. That's a real art. No, but I'm glad she just said that though. That's why you need female energy in the room. It's important because when males get to talking, it's important to have that balance.
For sure.
It's important to have that balance. Why did it change to that? Because guess what? I say that was one of the main things that I've been saying over the past year. Rapper is got the lowest life expectancy out of any occupation in the entire world. If they had genuine statistics, once you say that you're a rapper, the probability of you getting locked up or dying has increased exponentially. It's the highest probability of not being here anymore once you say that you're a rapper. Right? It's the lowest life expectancy. Everybody knows that. It's the elephant in the room. Everybody keep on sweeping under the rug. Okay, so how do we know that everybody knows that? Where has rap gone?
Right.
No, hell no, it hasn't. The females got rap.
The female for sure got rap.
She just said it. Why the females got rap? Because what females ain't doing. Females ain't motherfucking rapping and then going out and sliding about the shit that they rapping about. Not for real. No.
One or two.
That's what I'm saying. One or two. I'm talking about if you want to substantiate yourself, if you want to have money that's going to be where you investing into something and you know that you're going to get a return on your investment over years worth of period of time.
Yeah.
Who you gonna pick? You gonna pick a rap nigga or you gonna pick a rap female?
The rap female.
Why not? That's what everybody else do. Because guess what? This motherfucker is not fixing to put themselves into no shit. You don't see no female rappers goddamn getting locked up and going to prison, doing no prison time. You don't see no female rappers getting knocked off. You don't see that shit. That's why you don't see nothing but females, because they're the safest investment. It's a trick. They doing it right in front of our face. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You right. You ain't lying.
No, she ain't lying. I'm glad that you brought that you said that because it's real.
Yeah.
She. Go ahead. What's your name? What's your name?
Channing, but they call me I Am China P.
I Am China P. That's your Instagram name?
Yeah.
I am trying to be.
I Am China B. Shout out to I Am China B right now for bringing in the female energy because she ain't wrong. That's what's going on right now. You can see the wave changing because guess what? Now they got all the big dogs out the way. We can't name none. They're all the OGs out the way. That's systematic. It's the same thing as gentrification. It's systematic. We got all of the leaders. We got all of the OGs. We got all of the gatekeepers out the way. They scared to talk. We got Russell Simmons out the country. We got Diddy goddamn in the feds. We got Jay-Z not speaking on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is scared to even get themselves involved. Now that all the gatekeepers is out the way, right? We got direct access to the bullshit. Now you got somebody that don't know nothing about the streets that's giving goddamn the wrong nigga $1 million deal, a $2 million deal. You know it ain't nothing but a fucked up bank loan. You go recoup it. They not gonna get no money out of it and they gonna spend all the money on the wrong shit. Right?
For sure.
Then they's gonna turn around, they're gonna be locked up, fucked up, or dead. All right, so you done seen this situation happen over and over and over and over and over again. So what we gotta do now? We gonna just put the money behind the females.
Sound like some Willie Lynch shit.
It's the same thing. What's the difference?
There ain't no difference.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it's about having a conversation and actually being waking up to it and being hip to it and then actually taking control of the narrative. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at what's going on with the females. You turn on any town you go to, you turn the radio on, right? And it's a top 8 at 8, a top 7 at 7, a top 6 at 6, right?
Yeah.
6 out of the 6 songs got a female rapper on it.
Mm-hmm.
7 out of the 7 songs got a female rapper on it. 7 out of 8 songs got a female rapper on it. 8 out of the 9 songs or 9 out of the 10. You can see it. That's who they putting their money behind. Because that's how songs get on the radio, through labels.
Man, this has been an interesting conversation.
Man, what are you pushing before? Is there anything that we left off? You got your merch behind you.
Listen, man, I just dropped my first video on the comeback, Lamborghini Dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that I'm just gonna keep on rolling out music. I'm eventually possibly gonna get to a project. My ultimate interest and goal is elevation of the culture. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm interested in. You know what I'm saying? The music that I'm gonna be putting out is gonna be dedicated to that. Everything that I have is gonna be dedicated to, you know, trying to make an impact and a difference, you know what I'm saying, in our community. You know what I'm saying? And incentivized greatness is gonna be that tool that I'm gonna utilize in order to have direct access that people can come and support. You know what I'm saying? And inside of your own communities, people can come and support and be involved. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, this ain't about no gang shit. I'm looking at this like generational. I'm doing what I'm doing so my son don't gotta do what I do. I done already been through that. I don't want my son to goddamn worry about gangster shit, selling dope, going to prison, pressing nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my son to have to worry about that. And it's my job to make sure that my sons, whoever I got access to, don't have to do that. And even if I don't hit that target, I'm going to at least have enough conversations with them to where they feel like they sons shouldn't have to do it because we got down granddad, dad, son. Everybody just inheriting what? What are we inheriting?
Pain, trauma.
Yeah, but that's what the public perception of it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
If we go out to the streets, we go out to the hood now, we not finna see no pain and trauma. We gonna see it's
Kids
New
having
Year's
fun.
right now. It's the holidays right now.
Yeah, they're gonna be having fun.
It's gonna be niggas out there having a good ass time.
For sure.
You ain't gonna see nobody out there with no camera getting that shit.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
No, hell no. If you take a camera out to the goddamn hood, you gonna be trying to get some gutter ass, negative ass, goddamn pistols out, goddamn stendo type shit going on. That's what we trying to, you feel me? But in reality, is that what's going on if we went out there today? Hell no. We having a good old time. We done made it another year. Blessed to make it another year.
Amen.
And we still got a couple of days, and you got niggas that's already thinking that we got a couple of days to make a difference on trying to make sure that somebody ain't finna make it all the way to the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, because of the mindset that's being pushed on us for what? You know what I'm saying? All we got to do is take control of the narrative. Speak on shit the way that it's supposed to be spoken on, and don't be afraid of the backlash. I'm not going to apologize to anybody about what I said. I said it, I meant it. You know why? Because I thought about it before I said it 1,000,000 times before I even said it. And if it's some shit that I ain't supposed to speak on, get what I ain't going to do? I ain't going to speak on it. It's my responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
For anybody who want to be a part of Incentivize Greatness or help out or contribute, how would they do that?
Man, listen, I'm on Real Road Runner Richie, man. You know what I'm saying? Real Road Runner Richie, Road Runner Richie. You go there, incentivizegreatness.com. You go there, it's ways that you can communicate with me directly. Send me a message. I check my messages. Send me an email. It comes directly to my phone. You know what I'm saying? I said it in Lambo Dream. Just because we bosses, that don't make us enemies. You know what I'm saying? We gotta eliminate that competition shit, that shitting on another nigga shit. We gotta eliminate that shit. Yeah. Big dogs can sit inside the room, bro, and create some shit and make some shit happen. It ain't gotta be what I said it earlier. Everybody want credit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want another big dog around you working with you because you want credit.
Right.
You want the credit. So, you know what I'm saying? Who cares about the credit? And if the situation is so big and it's big enough, if the situation happens and it makes an impact, you can say that you was a part of it. Cause that credit shit, that shit on the next nigga shit, you know what I'm saying? That shit got us divided, bro. We not multiplying cause we divided. You know what I'm saying? It's not even necessary. Whether Snitch, all these trigger word, all this stuff you just said, man, all this stuff is brought to divide us, to put us in all these different corners against each other. Man, where are they doing that shit in country music?
Right.
Man, where are they doing that shit in rock and roll? You know what I'm saying? But guess what they do with their country music artists and they rock and roll artists when they need to inject them, when they need them to get that shot, what they gonna do? They gonna put them right there next to a rap nigga.
Right.
So they can have, so they can get that gas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You right.
I don't know where Taylor Swift would have been, but I know for 100% that Kanye West got a lot to do with it. I ain't never knew who Taylor Swift was until Kanye West said what he said. Never.
Never, bro.
Never.
She was not on my radar. She was just a white girl country singer. Never would have known her. You know what I'm saying? And then what? She find the perfect white boy, huh? She find the white boy to fuck with the black girl. I'm just keeping it 1,000. Like, who's her PR rep? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is facts. These folks think they finessing. Now, y'all ain't finessing. This shit obvious. Taylor Swift is closely connected to the goddamn black community. Taylor Swift damn near Beyonce.
Yeah.
For what? We don't even know one of her songs. Just because Kanye said what he said and she goddamn now is engaged to a white boy that used to fuck with a black woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. You boxed that up real nice. Man, Rico, man, this has been a wealth of knowledge. We just want to thank you for coming and sitting down with us, bro. You're super intelligent.
I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Can't wait to see what you have in store for us with Incentivize Greatness and all your future endeavors. Hey, man, this is the best part. Rico Richie, you are a real life street star.
Appreciate y'all. Yeah. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
Hey.
Real life. If that shit ain't real life, it ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. You know what time it is.